drones. And yeah, that's because he decided to saturate his base even though he had no protection up. Might have done a little bit better just to first build a spore crawler and then send all of his drones out. Because now he's losing so many drones. And in the meantime, yeah, he is attacking this command center, which is cancelled and loses him 100 minerals. And this, yeah, 22 kills on this Banshee now. That is such an amazing amount. 31 workers killed now by the red player. That is a huge deal. That is way more than the Hellions could have achieved, even in a perfect situation. Because the Hellions are a lot easier to deal with than the Banshees. The Banshee not doing any damage anymore to this group of workers, even though he can, yeah, get something like 5 more kills out of that. He is going to pick off this gas geyser, which, yeah, wasn't doing anything anyway, and he's going to build 2 more command centers, which are going to be planetary fortresses, I have to assume. And that is because, yeah, he went kind of all in the beginning and just wants to defend the front of his base against what he knows is coming. So I'm not sure if he actually scouted this. Let's see. No, he actually didn't scout anything. But yeah, there is a large army over here. And I'm not sure, you're a Terran user? I don't know. I have no idea what that meant. So anyhow, the Banshees now the main force here that is going to harass and do some damage. And actually spotting the Ultralisk now, and the Ultralisk obviously cannot shoot upwards. The one Infestor can though. He can produce units that can shoot upwards. The Infestor gets sniped, nicely done. The Queen gets sniped, the second Queen may go down as well. Loses 1 of the Banshees, still has 4 available, and yeah, the Overseer coming in to make sure that he can catch the Banshees. Yeah, he loses 2 Banshees there, or maybe even 3, and the Viking, because they got revealed by the fungal, or they got fungal growth, and yeah, this Overseer, of course, mainly responsible for that, because when you reveal the clump of Banshees, it is pretty easy to deal with them. So meantime, yeah, I wasn't paying attention to that, but this base was taken out, and now the Terran army is going to get taken out in return. He could have picked up some units with his dropships, or with his medevacs, I mean, because, well, as proven earlier, the Zerg player cannot shoot air units, and these 2 planetary fortresses now coming up. Another one over here. Going to build some, yeah, pretty nice defenses against these really, yeah, fragile units. Well, the Ultralisk obviously not fragile at all, but the Zerglings are, and yeah, he had a lot of Zerglings with him that do most of the damage normally. The Ultralisk do some damage. They're not really super damage dealers, but they can take a lot of hits. Anyhow, this is kind of an interesting army composition. A lot of Infestors now. And yeah, let me shut off the unit because it's getting a little bit annoying to have this this whole bunch of units up there, or well, pictograms up there, that aren't really useful for the game. So yeah, the Banshee is doing quite a lot of damage, considering that they were spotted really early on, but there still aren't any anti-air units out, and this Queen is not going to catch up with them. The Infestors are going to be able to destroy these Banshees. Banshees are really expensive, so if you can pick them off with your infestors, then that is a good investment. The infestors are actually quite expensive as well. I don't know how expensive exactly, but so I'm not sure if you lose one infestor for each Banshee, whether that's worth it, but I'm assuming it is, because Banshees normally are considered to be really expensive, and you need to do a lot of damage with them to make them worth it. So finally all of the Banshees go down, and yeah, there are probably not going to be any more Banshees. So we are going to... oh, there are going to be more Banshees. Hang on. The production tab might actually reveal a little bit of that. No, he's just producing Banshees, Marauders and Marines, so not going into anything else, and actually able to pick off a few infestors here, which is a big deal. The infestors finally have burrow and are going to get out of there. One of them at very low health, 17 health, and that would probably be one shot from the Banshees. So no scan apparently, otherwise he would have definitely gone for that last infestor. And yeah, they are going to sneak up on this Banshee. Well, don't actually have to sneak up because it's just sitting there, and it is attempting to take down this hatchery, but that's not going to work yet. This one's out of energy, so it cannot cloak anymore. The spore crawler going to go down here because it's not on creep. If you unburrow it, it will be fine, because then it's just a unit and not a building that's off creep. And you can walk it back to one of your other bases. But apparently, well, his focus is on this side, where the Terran is coming in with, well, decent army, and the Terran kind of recovered from his early start, or well, his start. The Banshees not having been a good investment so far, and yeah, he loses these two as well without doing any significant damage with them. But yeah, he has been doing a good job of just picking off the units that are in transition, especially the infestors. But it is, yeah, infestors versus Banshees. Yeah, that's not really the fight they want to fight. Neither of them. And he should really try to pick off the weak ones instead of the close ones. And they are going to pick off some of the creep tumors. Not those two apparently. Too far away. The Marines and Marauders are going to pick off this base once again, and knowing that this base was still is still down and this base was taken down, the Terran player actually in a decent position. So the Zerg player coming out with his attack now, picking off or trying to pick off the infestors with his Banshees, and the Vikings are going to pick on the Overlords a little bit, trying to get those down. But yeah, since he has plenty of Overlords to get this supply he needs. Yeah, and I'm really wondering why he's playing like this, because this is not a really good tactic. Getting another planetary fortress out, and so it's apparently an experiment. The planetary fortress almost complete, and yeah, there we go. Not repairing it. Oh, there we go. He is going to repair it now. And finally does take down all of the Zerg units. Bad game, learn to play. Yeah, if you got defeated by someone with a strange tactic, it doesn't mean that they need to learn to play. Apparently Banshees can work if you just don't, or if you just refuse to build anti-air. I don't understand why the Zerg player wasn't going for just anti-air. I mean, having a spire up and building some corruptors would have totally annihilated this this strategy. It would have annihilated these banshees, and without the banshees, yeah, the overlord, other ultralists could easily take down these marines and marauders. And yeah, just bad unit composition once again on the Zerg player. We've seen that before, that bad unit composition loses people games, and it's definitely, well, what happened here, because this is not a good strategy for those of you who are wondering. Building all of these planetary fortresses, that's not good to have, and it's not a good strategy, but it did work. So, anyway, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. GG.